Bangladesh. It's a country full of rivers, strong people, and an amazing spirit. You can find it in South Asia, right next to India and Myanmar. And guess what? Over 170 million people live there. It's got the biggest river delta in the world, called the Bengal Delta. This delta really shapes how the land looks and how people live. Here, old traditions mix with new dreams, making it a really lively place. Even though they face a lot of natural disasters like floods and some tough political times, build things back up. Today, we're going to check out its land, its people, their way of life, and how they became their own country. This is the story of Bangladesh, a place where hope grows even from the watery delta. Rivers are super important in Bangladesh. They pretty much define the country. Big rivers like the Padma, Jamuna, and Meghna come all the way from the Himalayan mountains. They bring down rich soil, which is great for farming. That huge Bengal Delta makes the land really good for growing things, but it also means they have to deal with floods and rising sea levels all the time. The monsoon rains bring water for crops, which is good, but sometimes they bring too much and cause damage. And big storms called cyclones come in from the Bay of Bengal and really test how strong the people are. Away from the flatlands, there's an area called the Chittagong Hill Tracts. It's got rolling hills and lots of different groups of people living there. And don't forget the Sundarbans, it's the biggest mangrove forest in the world. It's home to the famous Bengal tiger and helps protect the coast. So the land in Bangladesh is a bit of a mix. It's got good things and tough things. The people there are amazing at adapting, coming up with new ideas, and just getting through it all. The land and the water really shape everything about life in Bangladesh. What really brings people together in Bangladesh is their language, Bangla, and their amazing culture. Most people are Bengali, but there are also different native groups, especially in the hilly areas, which adds to the mix. They're super proud of their Bangla books, music, and poems. In fact, their language was a big reason they fought to become their own country. The main religion is Islam, but there are also Hindus, Buddhists, and Christians, and they mostly all get along pretty well. Family and community are super important, especially if you go out to the countryside. People eat a lot of rice and fish, that's like their everyday food. And they're really big on being welcoming to guests. Whether you're in a busy city or a quiet village, you'll see how warm and strong the people of Bangladesh are. Their culture isn't just something from the past, it's alive and happening right now. Bangladesh has a super long history, going way back to old kingdoms and empires like the Maurya and Gupta, Pala and Sena, and Mughal. Different religions like Buddhism and Hinduism and Islam have all played a big part in its story. Then, the British ruled for a while, which brought some changes but also some unfair treatment. That ended in 1947 when the area was split up. The part that's now Bangladesh became East Pakistan. It was separated from West Pakistan by about 1,000 miles of India. People weren't happy about their language and political rights, which led to big protests like the language movement in 1952. More and more, people wanted to rule themselves. Then, in 1971, after a really tough war, Bangladesh became its own independent country. It wasn't easy at first for the new country, but slowly they built up a democracy. Today, Bangladesh shows how much people can achieve if they keep trying and moving forward. Bangladesh has some big challenges to deal with, like climate change, a lot of people living there, and some folks having a lot more money than others. The sea levels are rising, and they get a lot of storms, which is a big risk for millions of people. So they really need to find ways to adapt, and fast. But they've got a lot of young people working, and their clothing industry is doing really well, which helps the country grow. They're also doing a lot with technology. They call it Digital Bangladesh. And it's changing things like schools, how the government works, and giving people new chances. For the future, it's important for them to have different kinds of businesses, not just a few, and to build better roads, bridges, and things like that. But the best thing Bangladesh has going for it is how strong and creative its people are. It's a tough road, but they still have a lot of hope. The story of Bangladesh is all about big changes, overcoming hard times, and aiming for a better future.